Welcome to Roundhouse Roulette, a Walker, Texas Ranger podcast. Well, thanks for joining us as we recap and review one of the 200 existing Walker, Texas Ranger episodes randomly selected by Roundhouse Roulette. I'm Evan Dalton, here with my bro Adam.
What's going on?
And one of the finest to wear the star, Mr. Bob Leahy.
Where'd you get them boots, Keith?
Well, we'd love to thank you all for joining us as we delve into the personal life of yet another old friend of Walker's. Of course, that means today we'll be recapping and reviewing Season 3 episodes, that's right, 2, 16 and 17, War Zone, where Walker must avenge an old friend while sucker punching some clowns. But before we head out to our local Garfield-themed Veterans Bar, join us as we pull up a seat in another one, CD's Bar and Grill.
It's so great to see you guys here at CD's.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, in keeping with the theme of this week's episode, CD has procured a Temptation New England IPA from Epigram Brews. What do they have to say about this one, Evan?
It's got Mosaic, Idaho 7, and Citra hops combining to offer bright citrus, juicy tropical fruit, and pine aromas that intertwine a mesmerizing taste and adventure. Quote, I can resist anything except temptation. Oscar Wilde. This one's deep, boys.
Wow. Okay. I mean, let's crack them.
Oscar Wilde definitely would be crushing the IPAs if you were around today, I'm sure.
Got to get that Foley. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of temptation going on in this episode we're about to dig into. I almost feel like Temptation would have been a better episode title than Warzone, but we'll get into that later.
We'll definitely get into it.
Oh, man.
It's got almost like a funky cheese smell to it.
Just what you want to drink.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't sound too good.
It doesn't taste like cheese, to be clear. There's just a sort of funky smell to it.
I'm sure it pairs well with this chili, but...
Yeah, tastes good.
Yeah, so ringing endorsement.
Yeah, smells weird, tastes good.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into the news and mailbag here. Evan, you have a brand new computer, so you can actually click the hyperlinks that we have now. So we're in a brand new dimension of this podcast, and I'm excited for it. And to start off, friend of show, Jeffrey Hartman, sent us on Instagram a quote from Santana, and I had to go look up to see if this was real or not, but there's a link if you want to click on guitar.com news.
I'm not sure I want to.
Well, we kind of have to, since
although this new computer should be a bit safer, right?
Well, we got to test it out somehow, man.
I still, as a general rule, don't click on any links that Adam sends me. That's just a rule. That's just a rule I have.
Well, this is probably a good one for this one because it says, Carlos Santana, I like being squirted in the face by music because it makes me feel alive. Okay? He goes on.
Okay.
A good guitar solo should sound like an orgasm. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jeffrey, for putting this on the table of Roundhouse to discuss. Is Santana out of his mind or what?
Yes, but I mean, when was this quote collected?
I don't know. This article came out, last month, if you can call it an article.
Yes. Is this AI slop?
It could be. It could be just an AI slop website. But look at that picture of Santana. I believe it. I believe that he believes it. But every time I hear a Santana solo, I just picture that that's what he's doing.
He's squirting you in the face with an orgasmic guitar solo. Is that's your...
I don't know, but let's leave that there. Let's move on. I think also, keeping with music here, you guys heard about Taylor getting engaged, right?
Yeah, what do we live in the moon?
Dude, I live under a rock and I even know about it. So
okay. Yeah, well, did you see that Foreigner wants to be their wedding band?
This I did not see.
Foreigner put it up on their social media. They said, we know what love is. We spent 40 years figuring it out.
We've discussed this band on the podcast before. They have quite a few hits that slap.
Dude, I would put up Foreigner's greatest hits against Journey's greatest hits any day of the week.
Oh, yeah. Foreigner wins that battle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jukebox Hero, incredible.
Ooh, yeah. Yep. Urgent. Oh, yeah. I think so. I Want to Know What Love Is. Hot Blooded. Oh, man. What else are we missing here, guys?
Oh, Waiting for a Girl Like You.
Oh,
I've been waiting. Yeah.
dude, I was trashing this band, and Bob had the greatest hit CD, and he showed it to me. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this on."
Just go one at a time. And it was like 18 tracks, and you knew every one of them without even knowing that it was Foreigner.
Dude, I was on a long car ride with one of my bandmates, and it's like, "Oh no, Journey's definitely got him beat." And then I started just answering his Journey hits with Foreigner hits, and he was running out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hope Foreigner, is able to play Travis and Taylor's wedding. We're putting it out there, Roundhouse Nation. Let's make this happen.
That's true. Adam, Bob, and I are part of an illustrious group of musicians that call themselves the Wedding Knights.
Yeah, if you guys need the Wedding Knights, a.k.a. Roundhouse Roulette, a.k.a. the Three Wise Men to play your wedding, we're available. We have the drumhead, Wedding Knights with a giant broadsword that was on the kick drum head. And we've only done a few weddings, and we haven't attempted Foreigner just because who's going to sing that? But we could pantomime some Foreigner songs at a wedding. Easy.
I have no shame. And I also have realized as I grow older that I don't get starstruck.
Not even by Foreigner?
I've never been starstruck. So, yeah, I would be the perfect guy for the wedding because I wouldn't, I'd be relaxed.
Oh, you're pitching us for Taylor's wedding.
Absolutely, the Wedding Nights,
that
for
we're
sure.
talking about?
Oh yeah, Taylor. Guys, forget about Foreigner. We'll play Foreigner songs badly for much less money.
You
than
bet
Foreigner.
we will. I've been known to belt out Jukebox Hero at a karaoke night.
Oh
every
my
now
gosh.
and then, so I could do that one.
Yeah, Taylor, if you want karaoke vibes from your wedding band, we've got you. We got you.
I feel like that's the direction they need to go because, who's she gonna get? Like Ed Sheeran or something?
Is she going to get Taylor Swift? That's actually impossible in this circumstance.
Exactly. She can't play the whole night, right?
I don't know.
She needs an opener or a closer. But if you did pick us, you'd have to play at a really bad country club somewhere.
No, we're in. Foreigner can open for us. Or, Lou Graham is actually touring solo, not as part of Foreigner. I say the Wedding Nights with Lou Graham fronting.
Oh, yeah. He can do the heavy lifting on the vocal department.
That sounds good.
So.
We don't have to learn any words. Just rock.
Done. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So putting it out there, Roundhouse Nation, put the Wedding Nights, a.k.a. Roundhouse Roulette, in the ring for the wedding band for Taylor and Travis. We really need to get in there. Something that kind of made me feel bad and think about stuff. Let's jump in here. We actually got an email from Dorian, and what did they say?
Oh.
It hurt.
You've done 2 episodes in 2025 and want people to pay you Patreon? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Tough love from Ranger Nation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Calling us out. Is it really only 2, though?
Well, if they were a patron, they would know that there was actually 4 already out. We release the unedited versions for patrons there, but yeah, for people who don't know that, maybe that would make sense. But yeah, and it is a struggle for us to get together, and editing really takes us a long time to do these. So yeah, their support really helps us out with that, and all the hosting for all our archive of over 100, I think it's almost 100 podcasts. We got to pay every month for that. And then also for our website that has all the stats and all that stuff. So the patrons really help us out for that and to help us keep producing new podcasts. But totally get it, Dorian, and I appreciate you keeping us to task to record right now. Let's move on here. We heard from Janique, who actually just became a patron to support us. And what did she say?
Well, she says that the LaRue episodes feel darker and they're more serious than the usual Walker fare. And that Wayne Perret brought real menace. He wasn't just another cartoonish Walker villain. And Cherie delivered some of her strongest work. But Janique wonders how she approached Alex Cahill's trauma, knowing the show would never carry it forward into future episodes.
Never be mentioned again.
Right. More intense, more emotional, more grounded. Prestige TV, Walker style.
Yeah, I mean, that was like Sopranos level for Walker. You know, Victor LaRue, come on. You couldn't keep your eyes off the guy when he was doing heinous stuff and creeping out kids. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, we appreciate the support. We're trying to be regular here, and we've got actually some really fun things in the works. I don't want to say them because I don't want to jinx them. But yeah, so appreciate your support and listening to us fools here talk about Santana. And we also heard from our most active patron, Zora, says, stay safe out there, keep kicking ass, for it's the Walker way. So we're gonna try to do that with this podcast, you know. And thank you, Zora, for the support. One other thing we've been doing for patrons is we're adding to the pot for the end of the year, where we have a bunch of items that we're going to raffle off to patrons and mail out. Walker Texas Ranger script supervisor Mignon sent me this photo of the Roundhouse Roulette poster we sent her, and it's got a new home. It looks like this is legit water cooler Walker here. Wouldn't you say, Gus?
Oh, that's what that is. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I guess it is a water cooler.
Yeah. So it looks like our poster made it out to Mignon's garage. So that's pretty legit.
Outstanding.
And so we're going to add this poster, which is awesome, of Walker's butt in his tight jeans.
Allegedly.
It could be. It could be a model. We don't know. But this poster is going to be added to the pot at the end of the year. This could be in your garage. So just adding that into the pot with the Top Dog tags, Walker Texas Ranger books, Carlos Santana trading card. Now this is in the mix too.
Wow.
Is that good? I don't know.
We'll see.
But thank you guys for the support, and that's what this whole thing's about, exploring this ridiculous Walker universe. We also heard from Mondo from the Talented Slackers podcast on Twitter. Bob, what did he say?
He said, brothers, when iTunes posted the Walker Texas Ranger show to buy, he bought the sumbitch and watched them all. Had a great time, too. Do need to show our newest co-host an episode or two. Consider this your PSA. Walker is officially available on iTunes for those looking to binge, like Mondo. So I didn't buy a lot of stuff on iTunes, but is it the same as music? Like if you buy it, you own it? Or is it one of those things like they're going to take it away at some point? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if you don't download it, is the file format playable on other stuff, or is it proprietary to iTunes? Let's get into the codecs.
Yeah. Let's talk about DRM, folks. It'd be nice if it's HD and it's a decent price. Yeah, take a look, folks.
It might have been like $60 for the whole series on like in HD or something. I've actually just been buying them on Amazon to have them in HD as we're spinning them, and they look great, and they're like $3 an episode. But I should just buy the seasons. But I don't need to do that if we're doing them according to Dorian, one episode a year.
You're the guy buying loose cigarettes for $0.25, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm doing.
You're wasting your money.
But Dorian, I kid Dorian. We got to get better. But yeah, thank you, Mondo. And guys, check out the Talented Slackers Dallas podcast. They cover Walker 2, and we have a great interview with Mondo if you want to dig into his background too. So check that out. Well, dude, we heard from friend of the show, Mike Rooney, patron, on and off patron, when he can afford it. But dude, he texted me that his buddy was at Chuck Norris's star on the Walk of Fame. And I let him know that I was there for a friend's wedding, and I went to see Adam West's star on the Walk of Fame. And apparently I was like a few blocks away from Chuck Norris's, and I didn't even think of it. I was so overcome by Adam West.
When was this?
It was this year.
Oh my God.
I know. Nate chimed in. He's like, "You're not a real fan. I'm a fraud, a charlatan, a poser." Am I? I might be.
Look inward on this one.
My priorities were way out of whack. Chuck, I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, you met the real deal.
Okay. We got one more, not even real news item, but I was doing an internet rabbit hole after we did our last podcast on the lynching, which I'm glad we got through that. As we talked about, it was heavily based on Of Mice and Men. And I came across that Noble Willingham played the boss in the 1992 film. So we had somebody who was in the movie Of Mice and Men in the Walker of Mice and Men episode. And I don't know what that means.
Gary Sinise and John Malkovich? Kind of star-studded cast, dude. I'm gonna
John
take a look.
Malkovich was Lenny in that.
Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe I don't want to watch this. I don't know.
So just putting that out there for no reason, but thought that was interesting. And that's all we got.
All right, we got a lot to cover this week, so let's get on into it. If you're watching along at home and don't want any spoilers, hit that pause button and watch Walker Season 3, Episodes 16 and 17. Warzone Part 1 and 2. And then come on back to us. All right, well, this episode aired on February 11th, so a bit of a Valentine's Day episode here, in 1995. And it opens on the Rangers. It's nighttime. They're at some sort of oil refinery, and there's a bit of a Texas Ranger raid going on here.
Is there ever? And they were like creeping around with the guns, like crawling behind cars and like sneaking up on this place, right?
Yeah, I think it was a little light on details as to what the bad guys were doing. Or I guess we weren't supposed to care anyway, so we could really just skip and talk about the fight or the little skirmishes. There wasn't really a big fight.
Sure. Yeah, skirmish is the word. So it's I initially thought, oh, it's like, Walker and Trivette are leading a whole group of cops or something, but no, it's just two pairs of Texas Rangers. And, one riot, one ranger. So they got four. They can deal with a fair amount here, I guess.
That's 4 riots.
That's 4 riots worth.
Yeah. And included in this are obviously Walker and Trivette, but also hashtag old friend Logan Reno, who is Walker's former partner, which so was CD. So I don't know. It's a little...
The partners are piling up in more ways than one, but we'll get into it.
Indeed. And we got a little bit of backstory, and, Trevette's like, how long you been working with him? And then he just starts like blabbering on. He's like, well, yeah, we'll go back to training, and he's a complicated guy. He's got that Cherokee in him, but also this set of morals, and he made sure people respect Rangers, God, and country in that order.
In that order, that's right.
Oh, right. Because usually that's a mutually exclusive,
I would have thought he would have put God first on that one, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Priorities change over time, so.
All right.
In present day, it goes gold, God, Rangers, and country. I think it's that. Okay. So, anyways, this guy, your typical badass old. Have we seen him before?
I don't know, but he's older than Chuck Norris a little bit by a few decades, it seems, right?
I swear we've seen this guy before, and we have. No one else has looked this up. Efforting. Logan is played by Buck Taylor, which just.
I think I saw that name in the credits and went, oh.
Western enthusiast and cowboy at heart. So,
how long before you guys thought old friend?
Oh, instantly, and I knew he was gone.
I mean, I at least waited for them to have some banter. And they're talking about old times, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. They made a bet. They're like, whoever's bad guy hits the ground last has to buy lunch.
Big steak dinner.
And Walker lost.
Yeah.
And Logan's like, it's going to be steak. It's going to be steak. Mm-hmm. Okay? You're not going to cheap out on me. Okay?
But they're having this conversation while they're sneaking up on two guys. And it pans over, and they were like 5 feet away from the bad guys when they're having this conversation. Again, it's the cover of night, so Rangers can sneak up on anyone and hold a conversation. So they're doing all this. We're getting a little bit of backstory. And meanwhile, we get the first looks at a hot rod drag race in the streets of Dallas. And we meet this knucklehead Yeah.
The guy driving?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like we met this rebel without a cause.
Jabroni, if you will.
All apt. He's driving. And he's like, "Get on in." He like throws his beer can in the back, and this kid with a bowl cut gets in reluctantly, but gets in. So there's gonna be some connection here. There always is.
Right. Right.
So we see that, and we're like, okay, how's this gonna play into things? And Walker, very direct. They don't beat around the bush here. After the bust, Walker and Reno are driving back and having a heart-to-heart. And Reno's like, man, parenting's hard. And I got 2 kids, and one's a cop, and the other one's a delinquent. And Walker's like, wait, the fishing trip didn't work?
The fishing trip conversion therapy didn't work?
right. And he's like, boy, howdy, that kid, he's got the raging hormones, loud music, funny-looking haircut. He got the whole package. At that point, it's like, okay, that kid's definitely his son. And even for 1995, he had a funny haircut.
It's tough. I mean, I wouldn't want our dad to be a Texas Ranger. I mean, it's a lot to live up to, you know?
Seriously. And he's not doing it because as worlds collide, literally and figuratively, the Hot Rodders drag race goes right past a red light where Walker and Reno are sitting. And so they are in hot pursuit, and we get our first chase.
I was not expecting it to go the way this chase to go the way it went. Were you guys?
How many of these have been green screened?
Well, when they're driving, right? Like it's almost like the projection background.
The nighttime driving, maybe.
But yeah, you have the 2 muscle cars racing, and then Walker and Logan are in Walker's truck in hot pursuit, and Walker pretty much causes one of them to flip over multiple times, right?
You could make that argument.
No. They're like distracted. The guy driving's distracted.
So the meathead who convinced Logan's son to get in the car with him, that's the car. He gets distracted. But because of Walker, because he's in hot pursuit.
Sure.
And then the car hits another car and flips over 3 times. I think it's like multiple times, right?
But it explodes first, of course.
Well, there's the impact explosion.
The impact explosion.
Yeah. Well, there's multiple. The fact that there were multiple explosions here, amazing. So the car flips over, and then it kind of like, they're like, oh, well, we need it to be the other way. So they did another shot, so it like rebounded to be.
Yeah, it just happened to land right side up.
So that Walker and Logan could go up and pull the kids out of the cars and be like, oh my God, it's my son. And just as they realize that, they're like, run!
Yeah, the flames are shooting out of the engine.
It's like, do cars really blow up like
no,
that?
They absolutely do not. But I love them doing it on TV. So,
I mean, can you imagine how dangerous it would be? Like any minor fender bender, and just your car would explode.
Yeah.
Dude, but a car chase, 2 explosions off the bat. And we had all those bad guys just being punched in the face by Rangers. They really wanted to get our blood thumping here, you know, early on this. And maybe that is why this is called Warzone.
Maybe. I haven't seen the war yet.
Then we hit the credits, right?
Yeah, they get credits, and because they realize it's his son.
Oh, it's his son. Credits, yeah.
Then Reno's daughter shows up, and she's in a patrol car. She's a cop. And so they have a family reunion, which I didn't really pay attention to because at this point the credits are still rolling. Credits went till 10 minutes, 48 seconds into the episode.
And did you guys get excited as I did?
Yes, because I saw guest star Wilford Brimley. And I'm like, okay, now here we go. Yeah, so there's that whole family dynamic thing going on. And Trivette, meanwhile, is sort of starstruck over Logan the next day. And he's like has this weird conversation with Walker about like being adopted by Logan or something. It's very strange.
Yeah,
I think we can skip all this and just go to every action scene.
Yeah,
I'll take us to the end of the podcast.
So apparently Logan was Walker's partner, but then Walker was up for being the governor's bodyguard, but he didn't want it. So then he suggested Logan do it, and then Logan ended up the bodyguard. So
he sold him out.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
It sounded pretty rough, dude.
He probably gets paid a lot more, though.
That's true. Yeah.
So, anyways, they get back to Ranger headquarters, and Logan's there doing a little desk jockeying, a little desk work there. And he's like, "How about this interesting case? These people have been robbing stuff, armored bank heists and stuff, and they go wearing clown masks."
Oh, so they chose this. They're like,
Yeah,
that sounds fun. Let's do that.
Let's check that out.
let's go beat the bejesus out of some clowns. Oh man! So we see, I think it's like a county fair or something. I don't know what it is. There's like a ticket booth basically, and there's just like a completely suspicious SUV. We've been over this in the show. If you're anywhere and you see just a large vehicle that looks like it would flip at any moment and explode maybe, and it's full of 4 to 6 grown men dressed in black, you don't have to see whether or not they're holding guns because they are. And these guys are just parked out in the open, and they're like, "Oh, get ready, guys." And they like hold up they've all got like submachine guns, and they're like pedestrians walking past. So these guys, they suit up, and part of their suiting up is just putting on clown masks. But again, people have already seen them sitting there in the parking lot for God knows how long. And with their guns and their SUV, and they put these clown masks on, and I mean, they're pretty creepy clown masks, right?
I was looking for that mask. I wanted to do a Google search for that mask, but it didn't come up.
So yeah, they suit up, and then they basically bust in and take out the guard, and then they jump through the windows and just grab these like comic money bags.
They shot the glass, and then they just like started punching the glass out and climbing through the shards. I was like, wow.
Real professionals.
So at this point, Logan and his partner arrive, and Walker's like, "Don't engage until you get more back up there." And he's like, "Yeah, you're just jealous because we're going to get there first." And then Logan and his partner show up and then just get like completely wrecked. So both Logan and his partner get taken out right before Walker and Trivette show up and scare the clowns off. There's a lot of speeding away in vans with clowns hanging out, shooting guns. It's kind of awesome. So yeah, they basically, declare Logan dead on the scene, and then his partner's been shot in the back, and so it's implied that he's going to be like paralyzed, which is pretty awful as well. And then Logan's daughter shows up, and she's pretty shook, and Walker's really awkward with that. And then Walker has like this weird home video session.
This is like the Christmas Vacation montage when he's in the attic, but it's not his
the Ray
home.
Charles song?
Yeah,
I love that scene. What a wonderful feeling.
The Ray
So
Charles
good.
Christmas record with that song on it is amazing.
Yeah.
Even Little Drummer Boy, which Evan doesn't like, that is the best version of Little Drummer Boy, man.
Well, I mean, they're all bad, but I believe you that's probably the best one, though.
We did a whole podcast on our least favorite Christmas songs, so
Did we really?
We did. For new converts, or for Bob, you can go back and listen to that somewhere on our
we'll move on.
catalog.
But it was like the scene in Christmas Vacation when he's in the attic watching the home movies and kind of tearing up.
Did you guys notice Walker's drinking a beer?
Yes, he doesn't usually do that, and he was drowning his sorrows for his old partner being killed by watching his old partner's family 3mm films.
Which he is in, by the way.
Right.
Did you get copies of those back in the day, though? No. So he has his partner's family films?
It's very weird.
Yeah. I could see why that... I didn't even think of it, but then I'm like, no, I'm thinking of like 2025, where you would have every video that everyone's ever taken. They just send them to you.
It would be like if we had a photo album from Bob's childhood at our house. Like
each of you had your own.
It's
printed
okay
out.
to have one, right, guys? I just wanted to know my friends better.
And so we segue to the funeral where Walker's giving a eulogy. He might be wearing the same bolo as when he gave the eulogy for Haley Joel Osment, but I'm not sure.
Does he have a eulogy bolo?
I think so. That's his funeral attire.
Yeah.
Okay. He says it was a quote that he often said is maybe more appropriate now, but a ranger not willing to die for justice isn't really a ranger.
comforting.
Yeah, very, very comforting.
Yeah. Maybe not the best funeral talk, but
Yeah, not the best thing to say right now, but he also was like, he loved his family very much. Some of you may never actually know how much he loved you. He like kind of blamed them for not being aware of how much their dad liked him. I don't know, it was weird.
I think he was like, I know he was kind of a shitty dad, but let me just try to do him a solid here.
And then I also made a gif of Walker, Trivette, and Alex standing in like a line while this like bagpipe dude just like walks past everyone and trolls them.
I got questions on that scene. They kept going back to the guy in the bagpipes, just like sauntering.
Yeah,
while
the
playing
guy in the
Amazing
bagpipes
Grace.
just like kept bagpiping, but he was just walking back to his car.
He got a lot of screen time for that walk back to the car, though.
They made it into a 2-part episode, and I feel like it might have been able to be a 1-part, but they were padding it in a few areas.
But they made the universe so rich. They spent a lot of time on the bagpipes, a lot of time on the flag folding. So anyways, they go back to CDs after the funeral, and they're starting to do some detective work, you know, which is kind of important. But CD's all like, guess gonna fall on Dana to raise that young boy. But she's a tough girl. She'll figure it out. And here's another gold scene here where a bowl cut is hooping it.
His son, whose dad who just passed away, he's trying to blow off some steam.
Yeah, she's sinking some sick hoops while jamming out with his boombox and like adult contemporary jazz. Like, what?
My favorite part is she like turns it off. He goes, "Don't mess with my music."
Right, and he puts it back on, and it keeps rocking. And I'm like, is this guy rebelling by listening intentionally to shitty music?
Dude, the sax solo just started though. It was great. All right. So anyways, he's all like, "You're not my mom, blah, blah, blah." And then Walker shows up and he's like, "Everyone can hear you. You're going to school, right?" And he's like, "No, I'm not going to go to school." And Walker's like, "You're going to school."
He's like, "Okay, I'll go."
I mean, if Walker tells me to do anything, I'd do it.
Smart kid. Smart kid.
And then Dana, the daughter, who's also a police officer, she wants to go back to work, but they're forcing her not to work. And she's like, "I don't think it's the best idea for you to go back to work yet." So laying the groundwork for her going rogue at some point.
Yeah, if you didn't see that coming, you haven't seen a Walker episode.
So then there's another armored car bank heist. And this one of the armored car drivers gets it. And then in the bank, someone else, the security guard, gets taken out as well. We see more of the clowns, kind of the same deal before they speed off. Meanwhile, Walker's having a heart-to-heart with the son, Keith. And he's like dropping him off at school. There isn't a single car or like kid.
There was someone like tending the shrubs or something.
It was a Sunday.
I know, right? It's like, yeah, I'm not going to school. It's Sunday. You're going to school.
Walker has no sense of time.
So yeah, he basically is just like, you know, my parents both died too, and you stay in school. Then he gets radioed in about the most recent heist, and so he drives in, and they're at the crime scene. The daughter shows up. She wants to know what's going on, and Walker sends her home. And the owner of the armored truck company shows up, and it's Wilford Brimley.
Diabetes.
Just CD's long lost cousin.
Yeah. Actually, okay, can we get into this because there is a whole
Before
section.
you showed up, Bob and I already talked about this.
Yeah, so we can't do it again.
We got to. This is for Podcast Nation.
This is a monologue. Go for it.
Do you guys have the monologue, or do I need to? Get
No,
into
speak your
it?
Yeah,
piece.
it's you. Yeah.
All right, keep it fresh here, dude. The internet believes that CD is Wilford Brimley. Okay, and this episode doesn't help that cause.
Is this a Berenstain Bears kind of thing?
Yes, and the fact that he was actually on Walker, people probably Google Wilford Brimley Walker. Oh yeah, he was on him. It's him. You know, this episode creates that. It takes the credit away from Noble Willingham. He's a noble dude, you know.
Okay.
Let me throw this out there.
What do you think? Are you thinking
Diabetes doesn't have to take over your life.
Does not.
I mean, they weren't in the same scene ever. So
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
We
okay.
were saying definitely the same stunt double though, right?
Oh yeah.
We got to cast it already.
Unbelievable. But he shows up here, and I'm like, okay, we get some Brimley.
He learns that one of the armored car drivers died, and then so he's all bent out of shape, obviously, and starts slapping his hat on the wall, and then proceeds to have a heart attack.
Beat us.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I just want to skip ahead to the hospital scene. When he's like getting out, he's like, "Yeah, I beat this one."
As you do. Yeah, no, I mean, Wilford Brimley, for those who don't know, he did advertisements for diabetes medicine and whatnot, and he was like an internet meme for his
Beat us.
Yeah.
you know, because he didn't say diabetes, he said beatus.
He said diabetes.
Diabetes.
Beat us.
So represent Wilford Brimley, but his acting career is insane. So props to him, and interesting to see him in this episode. And now we know why a lot of people think CD was played by.
Beat us.
Which he was not. He was not. It's incorrect.
He was not.
Back at Ranger headquarters, Walker and Trivette are doing something rare. They're doing detective work. They're watching video of the robbery. And they're like, oh, well, this is their MO. Like, they take out the security guard first and look at the precision that they're doing it. So it's like a military operation or something. And so that's how they kind of think about looking at all the different military personnel or something.
Walker's like, they flank this way. They've got to be pros.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're able to get a fingerprint from a shell casing, and that suspect's actually a vet. And so they're like, well, we got to figure out where the veterans and wannabe military people hang out. Let's go to the Hunt Club. And Trivette's like, you don't go there without a SWAT escort. And he's like, we do. So they show up to the Hunt Club. And I at this point, I had wrote the Hunt Club into the notes because we write down what the names of the bars are whenever we get them. But I had to edit it because they show it and it's Garfield's Hunt Club.
Yeah.
Does this actually exist?
I think Garfield's exists because there's decor on the wall that's Garfield.
No, like the cartoon cat.
Yes.
How did I miss that?
I don't know, man. We see a spoiler alert. We see this bar twice in the episode, and at least at one point in time, there's like Garfield and Odie outside the bathroom, like painted on the wall.
I was not paying close enough attention.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So they show up at Garfield's Hunt Club, and bust up an illegal poker game in the back, and a bit of a fight ensues here. Quite a scuffle, including with a very large dude.
How does Walker take this guy out? First of all, like the bad guy's like, no, that's not me, and they're like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, let me play my hand out, you know. And what does Walker say?
I think he's gonna fold or something like that. Or he's bluffing anyway. Or something.
Yeah, it was it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Walker takes the guy's hand in the middle of the poker game and goes, he's bluffing anyway. And then the fight ensues.
Yeah, that was pretty
sick.
good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
How did he get after the big guy?
The big guy comes at him with a beer bottle, and he double kicks the beer bottle and then just punches the guy in the face. So they bust up the poker game, and then the one guy they were looking for runs out the back, but Walker's waiting for an around-the-corner punch, which is a trope we haven't seen in a while, so that was kind of refreshing. So this scuffle is observed by another member of the clown gang, and that guy goes back to their lair and reports back, and he's like, man, I don't know, I saw those Rangers, one of them's name's Walker, and he's a legend around here. But the leader of the clown gang, he's like, I don't care who it is, they're never gonna get us. Which, major mistake.
I love the confidence, though. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So Walker and Trivette visit the Logan Reno's partner at the hospital.
Who portrayed the dad who had to kiss his ex-wife in the Trial of LaRue episode awkwardly. He's playing multiple characters throughout the series of Walker Texas Ranger, so props to him, but sorry to hear about his legs.
I know, he's got it pretty rough here. So like, all right, well, nice to see you.
Like, hey, is there anything we can do for you, man? He's like, oh, no, not unless you can get me some legs.
Yeah,
That's kind of how we did it, right?
Pretty awkward. Pretty awkward.
Yeah, that was brutal. So this clown gang is not clowning.
No, not at all. And so they leave their room, and this must be the smallest hospital ever because Wilford Brimley is in a wheelchair just outside the room.
Just chilling. Just straight chilling.
Yeah. And, Walker's like, oh, here's a photo of the guy we just arrested or whatever. Have you seen him around at all? And Brimley's like, nah, I don't think so. But he looks a little suspicious, right?
I mean, I knew that there was more to him than meets the eye for sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, there's another bank heist, and this is while the vault is full. So clearly there's some sort of, timing thing going on here.
Yeah, these are pros. These clowns.
They're pros. They show up, spray bullets everywhere, and then somehow clean everything up and don't leave a trace.
Yeah. Like 3 times in this episode, it's like the heist and then the aftermath. The heist and then the aftermath. This is one of those. And I kind of wanted
We're
to be
like 20 minutes in.
Yeah. What? And there's like, how many body bags have we seen already? How many gurneys? That gurney's getting some serious use.
Yeah, they're not doing great. And the mayor feels the same way. So Alex shows up and she's like, hey, just so you know, the mayor wants to put together a task force. And you're the lead for the Rangers on the task force. And they're like, okay. So go to the task force meeting. We see #old friend, Blue Deckard. He's on the task force as, I guess, the chief of police, maybe?
Yeah, so Blue Deckard, as we mentioned, I think in the previous podcast, yeah, he was in The Lynching as well. He's a character actor who's probably been in, I'd wager, more Walker episodes than anybody, as different characters every time. And this time he's on the Rangers side.
Yeah, he's kind of 50-50. So they have this briefing. They give all the information they have. And then everyone's about to leave. And then they're like, oh, one more thing. We think because of the timing, it's possible this is an inside job. Wouldn't you think that they would lead with that?
Every robbery's involved a armored vehicle, right? So
seems like the most important detail.
yeah.
You got to work your way up to it,
So Dana, Reno's daughter, shows up and she's like, oh, Keith's run away. And Walker's like, great. Do you have any idea where he is? And she's like, no. And he's like, okay. And then she begs him to get back on the force. And so he just asked Blue Deckard, and he's like, yeah, fine.
Right. Well, Walker asked, she can come back, even though she's obviously still dealing with the loss of her father. And
her brother's missing.
Yeah, and her brother's missing. She could go look for him, but, whatever. And they all know that she's probably going to try to solve the case who murdered her dad, too. So, but whatever. Yeah, come back.
So next scene, classic mid-90s basketball scene here. Clearly the next target is the Dallas Mavericks game.
They had some like B-roll basketball game footage.
There's money counting machines in the back rooms, and there are 2 security guards, and there's a knock at the door, and they just hear, oh, security, and they both look at their watches. They're like, okay, that checks out, and they just open the door and get taken out. It's like...
I mean,
how is there not like a peephole? Wouldn't they see people in clown masks at that point? Like,
it just could have been the entertainment,
So they've stepped up patrols on any sort of large ticket targets. And so a patrol car is kind of going past the stadium. And again, kind of like the school scene where there was no sign of human activity. There's virtually no human activity outside of a stadium during the basketball game.
Well, everyone's inside.
Uh-huh. So, except, well, not everyone, Bob.
Yeah,
So the patrol car calls in a suspicious vehicle, which then Walker and Trivette then gun it for the stadium, but not in time because the bad guys are just getting out when they show up and having a gunfight with the 2 police officers on the scene. Anyways, again, these guys get away, and instead of letting one of their guys who gets injured in the crossfire get captured and taken into custody, the guy calls out for the leader and goes, Bolton! But then Bolton shoots the guy. They leave no survivors behind.
Kind of a smart move, actually.
Yeah, for sure. So the clowns speed off, and then Walker and Trivette look up any Boltons that match the profile, and they find Mitchell Bolton, who's the bad guy. Not Michael Bolton, but Mitchell.
Right, and they show his kind of action figure synopsis on the back of the action figure, and it says martial arts training, and we're like,
Oh, goody.
Oh, good. So he's going to fight Walker at the end of the episode. Sweet.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, that is still 40 minutes into the future.
I know.
That's in part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Walker goes to Wilford Brimley's office and is like, we still think this is an inside job. Do you know any of these people? He's like, no. He's like, well, who would know where all the cars are going? He's like, well, it'd be my dispatcher, Cleet Gibson. But I've known him forever. He can't possibly be the bad guy. And so he goes with Walker to Cleet Gibson's house. And they find a couple money bags in his garage from one of the bank heists, which pretty incriminating. But Cleet Gibson ain't around. He's nowhere around.
Yeah, and Walker's like, asks Wilford Brimley, like, hey, is this normal that these empty money bags are in this garage? He's like, unfortunately not. Oh, no.
You think you know someone.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
But, yeah, so basically they then look at phone records and they find that Cleet Gibson had called a mansion a couple of times. So they go to check out this house. And it's like all the police and everything are there. It's like this gated mansion. And everyone's just parked out on the street on the other side of the gate. We'll learn it's good that they're so far away. But they go into the house and they find Cleet Gibson, who's been hanged or who maybe hung himself.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
They don't talk about why.
They barely acknowledge it.
You're right.
Yeah, there's like a dead body hanging from the ceiling, and then Walker and Trivette just kind of walking, whatever. Go.
They're still looking for potential threats.
Yeah. And Trevette's like, hey, can you like actually help me get this guy down?
They walk around, they made sure no one's in the whole house, and then Trevette's like, you know what? I'm not going to let anyone like take evidence or photos of this or anything. I'm just going to cut the guy down.
Yeah, it seemed like an issue.
So Walker's like, oh yeah, I'll hold the body while you take out a knife and saw out this rope. And then there's like one strand left, and Walker's like, wait, it's booby-trapped. How did he know it was booby-trapped? Did he see something?
It was a wire, I think, that was left. It wasn't the rope.
He caught the shimmer of the wire.
Okay, so they're like, man, when this body drops, this whole house is going to explode?
I guess, yeah.
So they're like, well, what are we going to do? Well, let's count to 3 and then just haul ass out of here to try to
outrun a bomb.
Yeah, outrun a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go 1, 2, 3, and they book it. And that house, it looks like they literally blew up that house, right?
Yeah, that's a real one.
And from what we've heard, talking to people, they looked for people who wanted places demolished, and they're like, look, Walker, Texas Ranger will demolish that house for you. No problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it explodes as they're getting out of it. And then there's like 2 or 3 explosions. It was pretty epic. But then Chuck and Clarence's body doubles just like do a jump over a cliff, like just in time,
They definitely had a shot where it was Chuck Norris and Clarence Gilliard. It was probably one of those shots where they had an explosion behind them, and they shot it from really far away, so it looks like they're a lot closer to it.
Do we have a term for this? Is this like a jump explosion or jump splode?
Jump explode. Yeah,
jump explode.
How many times has he jumped out a window as the thing was about to explode?
And
I love
cut
it.
the slow-mo. I mean, it's not unique to Walker, but it's...
I want to see it. I want to see more of it. I want to see it more frequently, but
3-4 times an episode.
It's happened twice in this episode so far. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
We did see one behind-the-scene thing where, because they can only do the explosion once, they'd have 2 film crews set up and film the stunt doubles jumping with the explosion in the back, and the main actors a little further away doing it as well. But yeah, I think that was behind the scenes from Blown Apart, which I think are up on the Blown Apart episode page if you want to check that out, from the Dallas Film Society or something like that.
So they almost die, but they're fine.
And Blue Deckard was just out there watching. Oh, glad you guys made it.
So then Walker goes and visits the gym where Dana is working out. A lot of people working out in that gym, not a single total gym.
Yeah, it's too early, I guess, maybe. And Dana, she was working out her feelings from losing her Ranger dad by punching.
Yeah. But she still hasn't seen her brother.
Oh, yeah, my brother's missing?
He's still missing. I don't know where he is.
Have you found him, Walker, yet? I'm not going to look for him. I'm just going to punch his bag.
But Keith, the brother, he's back with the same crowd, this drag racing crowd. They're no good. And this guy who's sort of the ringleader of this group of misfits, is, quite the impersonator, wouldn't you say?
I wasn't expecting to get a Beavis and Butthead impersonation in a Walker episode. I'm going to say it.
His Beavis was pretty good.
But yeah, so he's hanging with a bad crowd.
But they're out of beer, right? So what do you do when you're out of beer? You rob the convenience store.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, they got a 100% off sale, baby.
Yeah.
I did like that. Looks like they have a 100% off sale going on. And goes, yeah.
So they go in, they're wrecking up the place, they're taking whatever they want, and then they just walk out and the cops are right there.
Exactly. And Keith and this bad boy go hiding somewhere, and the bad guy pulls a knife, and Keith's like, "You can't stab a cop." And he's like, "I'm not going into the clink again." And so the guy goes at a police officer with the knife, but Keith stops him in time, and he might be redeemed. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Meanwhile, Trivette's doing a little more detective work. They realize that one of the common threads here is that Whitney, one of the drivers, he seems to be a possible suspect for this whole thing. And so Walker and Trivette are trailing the armored car driven by that guy. And, the engine stalls out on the highway when they're trailing it on like an overpass. And Walker and Trivette are trailing them, like obviously trailing them. And so the clowns that were going to raid the armored car, they call it off because they see the Rangers. Sorry. They say in their wrist, mission aborted.
And immediately Walker's like, oh, they must have spotted us.
Yeah, but if they actually had hit that armored car, right, they can't hit those armored cars anymore. Because at that point, it's so obvious that they're following the armored cars from that one company. And if every one of those armored cars was driven by the same guy
and gets robbed every single day,
every time, and this one, it's not like they were making a delivery or anything. They were just at a random spot on the highway, and there was nothing wrong with the
lightning
car.
Can strike a person twice,
I mean, not 4 times. Come on now.
There's some unlucky people.
So now we get to see Keith, the son, in his holding cell with a bunch of street toughs. And Bob likes this scene.
I mean, this was one of the top scenes, definitely. I don't even know what happened here.
What's your name, boy? Keith, huh? Where'd you get them boots, Keith?
Right. And Keith is looks like 10 years younger than anybody else in that cell. They're all like, they just put this poor kid in there with all these toughs, the general population.
It's the Hulk Hogan scared straight.
Yeah.
Fresh meat.
And I mean, they were like, those boots, give them to me now. And they make him sit down real awkwardly. And he's like, no, I'm not giving these boots up. My dad gave me these boots and he's dead.
And so they beat him up.
Yeah.
We get to see a rare heart-to-heart between CD and Alex. And Alex is just frustrated because she's really reached out to Walker and been like, hey, your best friend just died. And, if you want to talk about it or anything. And CD's like, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And a man don't want to talk. And he ain't going to talk to you. She's like, well, why? He's like, well, Walker once was a young pup, and he was hitched and arranged to be married to a redhead once. Cute little redhead girl. He loved that girl. She's the best. Much better than you. And, he got shot because as a ranger, sometimes you just get shot. Something on those lines.
Something that happens.
It's like, as a man, you get shot.
And then he was like,
diabetes doesn't have to take over your life.
Yeah. CD is not Wilford Brimley.
Oh, wait, is he? Or
No,
isn't
he's
he?
not. No. We have to dispel this rumor.
But the redhead girl, after that, she said, well, you got to choose. Either you choose your badge or you choose me. And he chose his badge. So let it be known it's going to take 9 seasons for you guys to get hitched.
But we also know that he was engaged again, and she got shot in the back in another episode. So he's been engaged twice prior?
They're building a lot of backstories so that he can just be guarded with his emotions.
Okay. Well, the first one, I said, hey, the badge, Second one, she done got shot in the back. So Alex, this is going to take a while.
I mean, suffice to say, Walker's got more baggage than Dulles, you know. Oh, wait. This is our favorite scene, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So we get to see the suspected delivery driver go back to his apartment, and he goes back to his roommate, who is a calico cat. And he has this whole long, drawn-out conversation with the cat about...
This is like inside the actor's studio radio. This is great.
It really is great. He's like, I had quite a long day, my friend. And he's like, I'm going to get myself a beer, and I'll get you a kitty beer. And he comes out with like some wet food for the cat, and he's like, just 2 more days, and then you and I, we're going someplace tropical. So he's taking the cat with him.
Well, yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, I think the cat's the real victim here, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I feel way worse for the cat than anyone else.
for sure. So the bad guys just knock down his door, and they're like, change of plans. This ranger's just been tracking you down. He's been following you all day. And he's like, really? I had no idea. He was 20 feet behind me the entire time I was doing my run today. And they're just like, okay. And they shoot him.
Yep.
The edit is like the cat jumping off the table, commercial break.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like cowering in the corner.
Yeah, and the leader of everyone, he's like, he died good, didn't he?
Yeah.
But then they all leave. They leave the apartment.
Yeah, they leave the apartment. They didn't wear gloves. They're touching everything.
Yeah, but then like a scene or two later, they're like,
They found the guy's body.
so they did
somewhere else.
actually clean it up.
So
They
someone else had to come in and wipe it all down, I guess.
They had a fixer.
in
I
the
guess.
meantime, the cat ate most of the body. as we all know,
Yeah.
if you die alone, your cat is going to eat you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Their next heist is kind of clever. It has nothing to do with the armored car. These are places where they're least likely to be detected or interfered with, right? So they hit a jewelry store the next day, and they're like super thorough. And I say that because when you see the aftermath, none of the cases are broken, just all of the jewelry is gone.
No.
So they just stood there and waited while people removed the jewelry from the back of the cabinet one piece at a time.
As opposed to their previous method where they just blasted the windows with guns. And
So it was like a real jewelry store, and they're like, well, we'll pay you, but can you like remove all of your inventory? And they're like, well, we just bought these new cases. We don't want to break them. And they're like, okay. It just was like very thorough. So yeah, they're like, well, we checked out the driver's apartment and he's gone. They didn't mention his cat. So maybe the fixer took the cat.
probably rehomed them.
Yeah. I think so. And then Walker gets a call that he's got to go into juvie and bail out Keith. And he's all dealing with that whole baggage thing. And Dana shows up at the ranger station, talks to Trivette, and she's pissed. Trivette, of course, spills way too many details about the case, and then she like sneaks around to his computer while he's called into a meeting, and then she prints off 2 mugshots of suspects like instantly.
Yeah, like glossy photos off a dot matrix printer.
Right, like anyone who ever had to print a document in 1995.
She knew the word perfect shortcuts, you know?
Meanwhile, Walker's just, belaboring his whole faux parenting routine. And he now takes Keith to his father's grave and forces a heart-to-heart, which, if I'm being totally honest, I fast-forwarded through.
Whoa,
Dude, you missed the music.
Oh, dude.
I didn't miss the music.
Oh, you
I gotta
missed
say,
it.
Chuck Norris's monologue pulled a little tear from me, man. Got
You
me.
all right? You gonna be okay?
But then when the kids started talking, I was like, oh, this is cheese. This is cheese.
Are you kidding? His monologue, it's like he knew that the kid was listening. He's like, and your son, he got into a bit of a scrape, but he's all right.
I had notes. This sounded like the Zelda music from like N64.
I was thinking like the music's taking me out of the scene. You know what I mean? But
It's
I
taking you away from
I
this.
learned a lot about myself watching it, though.
Yeah, no, I think we all did.
But the kid got down and said, hey, Dad, I'm going to be better, man. So that's the deal.
Meanwhile, child number 1 is visiting the Hunt Club solo with 2 mugshots, and she's accosted by the clientele inside there, and Walker has to come and bail him out. Now, the beefy guy's already been sucker punched in the head by Walker, and then he gets kicked in the nuts by Dana. And then you'd think he'd learn his lesson, but Walker comes back in, and he's like, you don't want to fight against me.
Well, he didn't remember him from before.
I guess. Maybe
He got amnesia.
that is a good explanation, because he just gets wrecked again. So
And it was awesome. Walker threw it on some serious kicks.
So he gives Dana a talking to as well about asking for backup. He could have said, this is how your dad died.
Investigating the clowns.
Not waiting for backup.
Yeah, because they do caution him that at the beginning. Her dad, he's like, why don't you wait for us? He's like, oh, miss all the fun and my death. And that's what happened. Yeah.
He got clown sandwiched and got wrecked.
Yeah. Moral of the story here, I think, for this episode is wait for backup.
Wait for backup. Yeah.
Maybe.
And don't become a friend of Walker's. It comes back to that.
Also true. So Walton, the main bad guy, seems to be thinning out his gang because they find a couple more bodies of people from his crew.
Less people to pay and
Exactly.
less people to squeal
I think
on
they
you.
found the cat guy, right? Wasn't that one of them?
Yep.
Pour one out.
Didn't find the cat, though. Cat's fine.
Oh, yeah.
It probably just walked through the open door.
He probably just left and went outside. So,
It
I'm a
probably
cat, whatever,
actually
I'm fine.
wait. It was probably the neighbor's cat, anyways.
Oh, yeah. He was a
Oh.
bad dude. Yeah.
So they decide they're going to do a sting operation.
Yeah.
On the busiest truck day of the week or month, year. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And they let Wilford Brimley in on it.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So they were going to have like a second truck and they were going to weigh something down. And we don't have to get into all of it, but like they tell the whole story to Wilford Brimley, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I guess that sounds like a good idea. I got to tell you, up until this point, I thought he was on the up and up. I thought he was a good guy.
Wow.
I mean, I had my doubts along the way.
The moment they started spilling their whole plan to him so that he could regurgitate it to the bad guys, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So we find out about 2 minutes later that he is totally in on the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, there's no way that Walker and Trivette are going to.
Diabetes.
Okay.
I mean, if this were like a modern TV episode, which, let's face it, that's not what we're looking for. But if this were written now, like that guy would get taken in right at the end of the episode. And they'd be like, oh, we outsmarted the bad guys because we had the bait and switch on and we knew that you would tell them and blah, blah, blah. Instead, the next scene, have Brimley show up at the gang's meeting.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah, he's like, hey, the deal's off. This Walker guy, he's got a trick plan for you and he's going to swap out the trucks. And they're like, it's okay, not a big deal. And he's like, well, he's got us pegged. He knows why we're doing it. He knows our motive. Also, I wish you hadn't killed that guy. He was my friend.
You was my buddy.
He's like, he knows that we're moving other people's money and we just want a taste. And we're living in squalor until we get it. And my friends died in squalor and I feel like I'm going to too. He gets shot.
Yeah, he gets got.
That's when my dumb brain finally was like, oh, they told him that, so he would tell them that.
Yeah,
Right.
3-dimensional chess, anyone?
indeed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
So Walker and Trivette the next day are doing their playing dress up, and they are, armored truck drivers. And they're being followed so closely by the
Right.
clown
But
car.
the
You were
biggest
saying that-
yellow, like, Chevy, I don't know.
Yellow, yeah,
like
like a
5 guys
Bronco
in
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
So I would bring this up at the end of the podcast, but I'll bring it up here. They know these guys are the guys, right?
Right.
Why don't they take them at any point when they're following them?
I don't know.
They could have taken them at any point. These people have already tied themselves together to every other one of those robberies because the masks are all the same. They've got video footage of them in these masks. They've got their guns with them and everything. Just take the yellow Bronco.
They didn't know that. They didn't know that.
Plus, they still have 10 minutes left in the episode, dude. True. They got
There
to
you
drag him
go.
out to the middle of the woods and do it out there.
There you go. All right. So they did this whole swap thing, which is kind of pointless. And they're all like, oh, that's the heavier one. So that's the one we got to follow.
The heavier safety truck where people move money around. What are they called?
Yeah. Armored car.
The heavier armored cars. And Walker and Trivette are driving one, and there's a police squad driving another one. But they put fake weights in one of them, and there's actually no money in it. And the other one has no money because it just switched it to another vehicle. So the bad guys see the one armored car and say, oh, that the tires aren't low to the ground, so that doesn't have any money in it. It must be in the other one. And then Walker and Trivette are driving the one that has weights in it, and they follow that.
Because we all know that money weighs a lot, right?
You know, they've already stolen a lot. They know a lot more than I do about it.
Oh, are they stealing like quarters?
Yeah, man. No. Bob, it's U.S. Gold Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Chuck Norris gold coins?
They're Chuck Norris gold coins.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those are real heavy.
I mean, if that's the case, then I stand corrected. That makes plenty of sense.
Okay. Well, regardless, this doesn't matter at all. So the bad guys start following Chuck Norris and Trivette in the armored car, and they get out into the middle of nowhere.
And Walker's all like, he radios. He's like, all right, it's all going to go down on Old Forest Road or whatever, and mile 6. Meet us there. And everyone's like, okay, we'll meet you there. And then he like knocks on the back, and he's like, Trivette, get ready. They're passing us. And I'm like, what is Trivette getting ready with? And he picks up a freaking rocket launcher. I'm like, what?
I was like, yes, please. This is awesome. Yeah.
The bad guys blocked the road with their yellow Bronco.
And they scattered so that they could attack from the woods and left their vehicle there. So Walker fishtails the armored vehicle out and says, Trivette, blow up their nasty yellow Bronco.
But Trivette opens the back of it, and you see an establishing shot, and he's like right next to it. They're like within 10 feet of this car, and he shoots a rocket at it.
Yeah.
And is it like a CGI rocket?
I don't know how they did it.
It happened so fast.
But it's like he blows it up from like point blank range.
Yeah,
like,
it's something
so dangerous.
Maybe you wanted good 50 feet, maybe. I don't know.
I don't care. It was awesome.
It was amazing.
All right, so at this point now, the clowns have all run into the woods. They're all also still wearing their masks.
Yeah, so they're black clothes and then a clown mask with red hair. So they're in the middle of the woods with a white face and red hair. The easiest thing to see, it's like you're hunting Bozo the Clown in the woods.
Well, they obviously took hunter safety class.
But they don't want to get identified by the bears in the woods. So they're just running, okay? So Walker tracks down the main bad guy, and they've got a pretty epic fight, a tussle. He gets the mask off him, and then the guy pulls a knife. There aren't many roundhouse kicks in these fights. It's more jump kicks, but he did several jump kicks. Yeah,
and he was like, I was thinking about it. He was trying to kick the knife out of his hand because he couldn't grab his foot because he had the knife kind of thing, and then he used it to kick him in the face a few times. Like, guy took repeated Chuck Norris kicks to the face.
Yeah,
he got game.
Literal boots to the face here.
Indeed. And Trivette is working with the police officers, the backup who showed up, and they're taking out the other clowns. And he just like goes house on a clown.
Oh yeah, he like slams the clown's skull against the ground. It's like,
yeah, it was aggressive.
Very. And there's like this really nasty noise too. It's like, dude, I think he just killed the clown.
Yeah, it sounded like his brain splatter.
That was some gory horror movie stuff right there.
So I guess they're having a celebratory cookout.
They carted all the bad guys away, and it flashes to this cookout. It's over at the Logan's daughter's place, and those burgers look really cooked, right?
Yeah.
Not
too much, you think? Well, hockey pucks? Yeah.
They kind of were.
Well, CD made the potato salad, so.
She made the potato salad. He provided the recipe.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's
apparently
right.
It came over on the Mayflower.
That's right.
So CD has descendants that go back to the Mayflower. But that was interesting. But yes, there's kind of like a joke at Trivette's expense that like he's like, hey man, I know you got your butt whooped in the prison cell, but I'm going to teach you a move that Walker taught me. And Keith's like, oh, okay. And everyone's like, no, don't teach him that trick. Don't teach him that trick. And he's like, I could do it. I know how to do it, man. And then anyway, Keith, I'm going to teach you. I don't know what the hell it's called. What was it called?
It's a single reverse hip throw.
Yeah. So they go into it, and everyone's watching, and turns out Keith actually knows the double reverse kick throw and does that on Trivette. And turns out he knew karate the whole time, but still got his ass beat in prison.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
But Trivette is the butt of the joke, of course. Okay, well, that about sums up this episode. When we come back, it's going to be time for us to each rate Warzone Part 1 and 2 on a scale of 0 to 10 boots to the face, resulting in our patented Roundhouse Roulette episode ranking, complete results of which are available on our website, roundhouseroulette.com. Don't go away. Hi, I'm Wilford Brimley. I've been living with Walker Texas Ranger Obsession, or WRTO, for about 30 years. It's a common affliction, shared by many, particularly those who love seeing justice doled out in the form of a solid roundhouse kick. Heck, if you're listening right now, there's a good chance you too may have WRTO. Now there's good news, for you can get all the Walker Texas Ranger supplies you need from my friends at the Roundhouse Roulette. These boys truly appreciate justice, and they're working hard to bring the light of Walker Texas Ranger to the world. Through frequenting their podcast, online mercantile, and Patreon, you can better manage your WTRO. Fortunately, you don't have to take my word for it. You can hop onto the World Wide Web and type in https://www.roundhouseroulette.com. Check that webpage. Check it often. There's just no reason not to. And if you're feeling generous, consider helping my friends out, and they can help you live a better life. Well, listen to me carrying on like a hen at the butcher's block. Time for me to mosey on. Welcome back. Time for us to figure out what we thought about this episode.
I really enjoyed it. I know it was a two-parter, so it's kind of a little longer, but there was a lot of meat in here. And I think the theater of the absurd was kind of missing. The thing that kind of made up for it was the clown masks, I think. And it had a little bit of everything. It had the melodrama, and it had a lot of skulls getting crushed by Walker. Actually, Chuck Norris fighting. So many explosions, a car chase, and Trivette rocking a rocket launcher. This gets a solid 8 from me.
Wow.
I was close. I don't know about 8. I think I was more in the 6 to 7 range. 7. The clowns, 7. That settled that. I don't think we've really dug into the music on this one.
Oh my gosh.
Music was tight.
But they didn't have any like custom songs.
No. There's no vocals. It was all just...
I mean, what do you think the vocals would have been on that sax track, though?
Oh, man.
We could make it happen.
Yeah, I've got a few
This is
ideas.
why we only put out 3 episodes a year.
Yeah.
I mean, with so many fights, this is my only criticism, right? There's just so many fights. Each one was just kind of like, okay, here's a moment or something there. And you did have the car explode. You didn't have the friggin' bazooka. So, yeah, I mean, maybe now I'm at 8. I don't know.
It's true. Yeah, there were more than 2 explosions.
I could talk myself up to a 9, maybe. If I keep going.
We're probably not going to be talking about this episode in a while, but I did like there was a lot like Walker lore actually in it, and yeah, it was pretty action packed.
So my question to you is, would that score be as high if we split it in 2?
Probably not. No.
And then also, would it be as high if we had to watch it as 2 separate episodes?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah.
I think I'm a 7, and I think it's because it's not. We didn't watch it as 2 episodes. If we watched it as 2 episodes, I think it would lose a point because it would have to recap everything, and like the clowns are ridiculous. But you're right; it's not like there's some mystical power, or there's not like some like crazy premise or something like that.
So you're saying we need to rewatch The Chairman Saga.
Right.
in one sitting.
Oh, yeah. And then rate that as a whole. You're right.
Yeah.
But I also think, like, the reason we give it the score is so that people, if they're interested in getting into Walker, Texas Ranger, and they're like, oh, like, what are the best episodes? Look, we want to steer them to something that's, like, pretty consistent with what we think the whole allure of Walker is. And, I mean, this one's got speeding clowns, machine guns,
exactly.
Walker out-parenting a dead parent. You know, like, then he's like ninja kicking people in bars just because some dude's like 3 feet taller than him and like 400 pounds heavier. He can still just kick him a couple times and he's out. Yeah, I think this is a solid episode.
It's solid, yeah.
And that warrants the score there. So, all right. That gives this episode a Roundhouse rating of 7.33 boots to the face. And I think we can all agree that if Walker's got home videos of your family, you best be looking out for your family.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
But please let us know what you think on social media or by emailing us at roundhouseroulette@gmail.com. When we come back, we're going to spin that roulette wheel and select our next episode. All right, we're back. Bob, you ready to spin the wheel?
I was born ready.
Here. Wow, season 9, episode 18, Legends.
Okay.
This one's going to be pretty rough.
After Alex prosecutes a mafia gangster, the boss's son begins murdering a list of people he believes is responsible for his father's conviction. Walker meets up with some old friends at the World Kickboxing Championship in Dallas. Wow, okay, well, that should be interesting.
Fabulous. Well, we hope you join us next time when we share our reactions to Season 9, Episode 18, Legends. In the meantime, share your opinions with us on Facebook and Instagram at Roundhouse Roulette and at Twitter at RoundhousePod. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time,
may the eyes of the Ranger
be upon you.
When you're in Texas, look behind you. Oh, 'cause that's where the Ranger's gonna be.